Part 3 of Ashley and Kyle. Kyle's in the hospital. Ashley tells his sister everything and learns about way more lies than she even knew. Then Morgan texts her, "How funny." And she doesn't respond, except she does try to FaceTime him because she's like, "This is Kyle. Like, I want to see the face." And obviously Morgan does not accept the FaceTime. He's like, I'm busy. I can't. He does, however, send her a video of himself. And I can't show you the video, but I can play the audio. I'm going to do it right now. Okay.
This is Morgan. Sorry about the text messages I sent you. I hope you're doing okay. I'll holler at you later, all right?
I mean, that was, yeah. And the person in the video is not Kyle. Like, who is this? Did Kyle hire an actor? Did he, recruit some desperate Tisch student and tie him up and put him in his basement? So Ashley checks in with Kyle's sister because he did overdose and she is a good person. So she wants to make sure he's okay. And the sister's like, Kyle went after Morgan last night and confronted him because he's the one that's been harassing you with all of these different numbers. And he beat him up. She says that he was bruised and scratched and totally been in a fight. So, okay, is the sister lying, or did Kyle beat up a tree? Then of course it crosses her mind, maybe Morgan is real. Sister also got a very threatening text. "Tell Kyle to watch his back and the bitch too," from Morgan. Ashley decides to report this to the police, which is a really good idea because whenever you're suspicious of anything, you should get it on record. So she calls the police, the non-emergency line. The officer comes to take the report. She tells her everything. And while they're talking, she gets a text from an unknown number, probably Kyle. She doesn't even read it. She just hands it to the police officer. The police officer looks at it, takes a second. Then she kind of walks away, goes to her radio, and she's like, "Hey, can you run a search on Morgan?" Says his name. Here's what the text said. "I wanted to let you know that creep can't hurt you any further. I handled it after the threat was given out. Just trust me, it's done. Found out that you had been watched a bit over the past month. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So casual. I should have done something sooner. If I have to wait a year to talk to you, I will, because you're still the one. The question is, will you wait for me?" So it kind of sounds like a thinly laced confession to murdering Morgan. He did kill a fake dog, so it wouldn't surprise me if he killed a fake person. The police officer walks back and is like, "So this name doesn't come up. There's no person under the Morgan identity." Okay, fair. But who's the person in the video? That was at the end of March. A week into April, Ashley gets an email from Kyle with a link to Morgan's obituary. No picture. He must have just paid to get the obituary in the newspaper, which I feel like you should have to prove, like a death certificate. Does anybody know about how to do that? Please comment and let me know. Ashley's mom calls the newspaper to find out who submitted it, and it's apparently been submitted by Morgan's sister. And then Ashley's mom, because she's a woman after my own heart, continues the investigation on Facebook and looks up the sister. That is my people right there. Okay, that's what we do. The sister's on Facebook. She posted, "Rest in peace, my brother Morgan." Photo of the guy, posts a few times about Morgan. Okay. Then she notices that the sister also joined the church Facebook group Ashley's parents are in. It's like her church. And the Facebook group of the church has a grief counseling Facebook group. Morgan's sister joined that too. Ashley's parents are also in both of these groups. So Ashley's mom talks to some friends from the church because where better to get information than a little church gossip train? No one's ever met her. They've talked to her in the group. She's joined Zoom calls, but never turned on her camera, never turned on her mic. And whenever anybody's called her, her husband answers the phone. "I smell catfish." So at this point, it's like, did Kyle make up Morgan, kill Morgan, and then make up Morgan's sister so that it seemed like Morgan was real? Another thing about the sister's Facebook page, because I know you're going to ask, before the death was not active, and since the death, not an active page. At this point in the story, she gets an order of protection, but guess how long it takes for him to break it? Not that long. He texts her anyway, and this is what he texted. "You're the love of my life, my best friend, and my person. I don't care what happened over the past month. It's in the past. I put too much on you, and that wasn't fair. You did the best you could. We can wait till the order expires or try to rescind it. If you don't want to try again, that's okay. Just block my number or say no. I'll send a single exclamation mark one day to see. If you don't do any of these things and still want to be with me, then I'll wait for you patiently. I just have to try." He sent his little exclamation point the next day. She didn't respond to either. And then he sent one last text. And this was the last text Ashley ever heard from him. It said, "Guess I'll wait." And you guys, it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years and Ashley's moved on, but she told me this story on our podcast, The Dating Detectives. I co-host it with Mackenzie, a private investigator. And we have 50 more stories like this. So if you like this, go listen. But Ashley's okay. And that's the most important thing. She really wanted to talk about this because it's the kind of thing that you're like, this could not happen. Like, this wouldn't happen to me. She wanted to stress how important boundaries are and how boundaries are self-respect and self-love. And that you got to trust your gut. or how we say it, you gotta trust your femtuition. Now, my issue here is that I don't know what Kyle's up to. I don't like that there's not a lot of confirmation here. She doesn't know. He doesn't know all the answers to the Morgan and all the other stuff. I mean, we can figure it out, but like, how did he hear the conversation with her parents at her parents' house? Did he have her phone recording her all the time? How does someone do that? If you recognize him and you think you might know this Kyle, like, watch out, but also let me know. I still have a lot of questions, and if you have questions, let me know. If you have theories, please let me know. But yeah, that's the tea. There you go.